The last three Dragon Ball Fusion World sets outsold everything before them, combined. For anyone who's new here or hasn't been following Fusion World closely, here's a quick bit of context. The game launched early in 2024. It's Bandai's reboot of the Dragon Ball trading card game Dragon Ball Masters. Fusion World was built from the ground up with a cleaner rule set, a digital client, and a heavy focus on collectors as much as players. We're now on the 9th main booster set. There's been a full championship circuit running across 12 cities worldwide. The grand finals were held in Los Angeles just last month as part of the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour event. 2 years in, this is no longer a small game trying to find its feet. It has real competitive scene, real organized play, and a real collector market. But that's just the baseline. Now let's talk about what's actually happening inside it. I'll start with the competitive side, because I think it actually matters more to collectors than people realize. The health of the game's player base directly affects what sealed product is worth, and honestly, these games had some rough patches. Around sets 5 and 6, the community was pretty vocal about balance issues. 2 colors were dominant, 2 colors were barely playable, and there was a gatekeeper card that made games feel one-sided. And if you were playing off-meta, it was not fun. Bandai's response has been implementing active ban lists, and that's actually a lot more than what other TCGs do. The most recent update was in March 2026, timed right alongside the FB09 launch. They targeted Pilaf and Babidi, the 2 cards that were enabling the dominant Heloku or Halo Goku and Yellow Boo strategies. They also lifted the restriction of Kefla, a card that had been restricted since early on because it was creating one-sided games. The fact that they unrestricted Kefla tells you something. It means they looked at the post-FB09 environment and judged it was stable enough to absorb that card back in. Does that mean that the game is now perfectly balanced? Of course not. But Bandai is paying attention. And for a game that's only 2 years old, that's actually a decent sign. Now, the collector side. This is where I want to be really careful about what I say. Because there's a version of this story that's very exciting, and a version that has some serious red flags in it. Let's go with the exciting version first. In Q1 of this year, so the first 3 months of 2026, Dragon Ball Fusion World was ranked just behind Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and One Piece on TCG Player's best-selling chart. That's not nothing. That's the fastest growing non-Big 3 game on the market right now. And the 3 most recent sets, namely Manga Booster 1, Manga Booster 2, and FB09 Dual Evolution, the first year anniversary set, outsold every previous Fusion World release, combined. And Manga Booster 2, the 40th anniversary set with Toriyama's artwork, hit over $500 per sealed booster box on the secondary market. That's a product that launched at a fraction of that price. Even Manga 01 is way above what it used to be. And that's the exciting version. But here's the bad news. I think a significant portion of the Q1 surge was speculator activity. It's not fully organic collector demand. And people who saw what happened with One Piece are now placing the same bet on Dragon Ball. Now, there's a pattern that's been tracked across the TCG market over the last couple of years, where speculative capital moves from game to game looking for the next big wave. I'm sure you've seen this. It went from Pokemon into One Piece, and right now, some of the same money is sitting in Dragon Ball Fusion World. Now, that doesn't mean the game isn't growing. It is. But it does mean that some of the price action you're seeing right now is built on speculation, not on the organic collector base catching up. But on top of that, we do need to keep in mind that this year is Dragon Ball's anniversary as well, with the anime reboots coming up. So There is a lot of hype in the market, so it'll be very interesting to see where it goes. I mean, even just 6 months ago, you could buy every single set for pretty much below retail price, or if worse, very close to wholesale price. So the sudden surge is really surprising to see, all because the speculative market has moved from One Piece to Dragon Ball. The Pokemon 30th anniversary is expected in the second half of this year. And when that drops, a chunk of the speculative capital is almost certainly going to move back. It always does. So if you're thinking about getting the Dragon Ball Fusion World right now, and there are real reasons to, just be honest with yourself about whether you're buying because you believe in the game long term, you're a genuine collector, or because you're chasing a number that might look different in 6 months. But with all that being said, what's worth paying attention to right now? Well, first off, the most recent set, FB9 Dual Evolution, the first year anniversary set, is the most collector relevant set the game has produced. It's got 3 distinct Gogeta secret rares. The Broly movie version, GT, and BR, all with super alt art treatments. And the super alt art leader is a brand new rarity tier that didn't exist before this set. Pull rates are hard. The supply is tight. I'm sure you've tried to get some yourself. You might have ripped 1 or 2 and you want to buy more. You just can't get any for the same price. FB10 Crossforce, which drops June 12th, only about 3 to 4 weeks away. It's continuing the same blueprint as FB09, with 3 secret rares all getting triple tier treatment. Pre-orders in Australia have pretty much been gone, and they're sitting about $400 to $500 a box, which to me is absolutely crazy. And then lastly, you have the Manga Booster sets, especially SB2, are the ones I think is most undervalued from a long-term collector perspective. Every card in that set is a silver foil or higher. Some of the cards carry Toriyama's artwork, and given what happened in 2024, that's not something that's going to get less significant over time. The grading populations on Dragon Ball cards right now are still very low. So, should collectors also start grading all their Dragon Ball cards, or hold on to it, put it in the binder and make it look pretty? So after all that, where does this card game actually stand? And here's my honest read. Dragon Ball Fusion World is a legitimate TCG. It's not just a flash in the pan. It has real organized play. It's got Bandai's full support. It's got a digital client driving physical demand. And the competitive scene, while imperfect, is being actively managed. And the collector market is real, but it's running ahead of the organic base right now. Some of what you're seeing in prices is the game's genuine growth. Some of it is speculation. Now, if you're already into collecting Dragon Ball Fusion World, I say hold on to what you have. FB09 Seal and early sets like FB1 and FB2 are reasonable positions for a 3 to 5 year view. If you're thinking about getting in, I say don't chase the current price action. Look at the Manga Booster sets for long-term collector plays, and watch whether speculator capital sticks around or moves back to Pokemon in the second half of 2026. And if you're just curious and you're sitting out and you're just watching, that's completely a valid position. I don't think the game is going anywhere anytime soon. And even the window for getting in at a reasonable price isn't closed. Don't let the Q1 numbers pressure you into buying something you're not confident in. And if you're wondering, up to now, I don't even have a sealed box of FB09 myself because I simply couldn't justify buying it at the current price. And whatever you do, watch what happens with FB10 in June. The pre-order demand on that set will tell you a lot about whether this momentum is organic or not. So, just to close off, is all this real? Or is this Dragon Ball Fusion World bubble going to pop soon? And honestly, I think it's a bit of both. And I think any creator who tells you it's entirely one or the other is either not paying attention fully or not being honest with you. The game is growing, the market is hot, but some of that heat is borrowed. As always, do your research, buy what you can afford to hold, and don't make decisions based on someone else's hype. I mean, personally for me, I really like the artwork of the Fusion World cards, and I've been ripping every set since FB9, at least 1 to 2 boxes, and I've just had so much fun with it. But recently, with the price hike, the price spikes, it's really hard to justify just opening one sealed box. I'd love to know where you're at with Dragon Ball Fusion World. Drop in the comments. Are you already in? Are you thinking about it? Or are you sitting on the sidelines? I might do another video of FB10 when it drops next month, just to have an update on the current state of the market then. So if you want to watch that, please make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.